Ladies and gentlemen, today we are talking about what to do when you can't afford college. I have an email from a viewer, and we are going to tackle that right now. Stay tuned. Hey guys, it's Brian back at you with another video where my goal is to mentor you to a rewarding career and to help you create a life you're proud of. And in that endeavor, I answered an email from someone by the name of Avi who's asking me about scholarships. And her email goes like this: I'm not exactly a young adult yet, but I felt I could still seek your advice. I'm going on to my senior year of high school now, and I'm increasingly becoming more and more worried about college. Let me stop you right there. I really think that you don't need to be super worried about college. I know it feels like it's a real heavy decision on your shoulders right now, but I really want to stress this, and I've talked about this in my other videos and to everyone else I've mentored, that college is great and it's very important. And I know that in this day and age, you need to have a college degree. But at the same time, I really want you to understand that there are other ways of being very successful, of being very happy, of being rich, of getting good money without the traditional way of just going through college or going through a certain type of college or to a specific college. Just throwing that out there, and I really want to set that tone. She goes on to say, my family has no means of paying tuition, and student loans I feel wouldn't be the best path. Good. I'm glad to hear that, and I strongly discourage you and everyone else from taking out student loans. I was never the sportiest, and I don't have many talents, but I am academically smart. 3 years advanced in math in the 98th percentile, known as gifted. But on the other hand, I've heard that full ride academic scholarships are hard to come by. I've had straight A's my entire high school career. I don't think getting into college is a problem, but it's just paying for it that I'm really scared about. I guess what I'm asking is, do you have any tips for getting scholarships or making myself stand out from the other competition? Thanks so much, Brian. Your videos do really help a lot. Thank you so much for the feedback. I really appreciate it. And this is why I make these videos. It's for you guys. I want to help you. Trust me, I'm not doing it for the money. I'm not making any money. I do it because this is my passion. I do it because it keeps me sane. I do it because I love doing it. And your email, your feedback, your comments from everyone watching is what keeps me going. So thank you. All right, Avi, and I apologize if I have mispronounced your name. Let's get to your question. And I want to start out by saying, obviously you're smart. Chances are you're driven, you're a hard worker. And assuming all of that to be the case, you have everything that you need to become very successful. I think you know that. That said, you don't need to go to a specific college to make that happen. So while yes, you can apply for scholarships, and I will give you some tips on that, but I really want to hammer in the bigger picture message is that you don't necessarily need to go to school ABC or Ivy League XYZ in order to become successful. And I think you have all the right pieces right now, the right foundation to make it work wherever you go. And if that means going to a school that's more affordable for you, you're going to be okay. And in fact, I'd rather you go to a school where you're not stressing over money, you're not being distracted by money issues, and instead you can focus on your schooling, you can focus on your work, and you can focus on your career with 100% attention, 100% gusto, rather than going through sleepless nights, pulling your hair out, trying to figure out ways to afford school. Now let's get to your question about standing out against your competition when it comes to scholarships. I'll say that I have a lot of friends who are very smart, did not get scholarships. But what I have seen is that those that do get scholarships are not only high achievers academically, but they're high achievers somewhere else. Some sort of extracurricular activity, some kind of sport, some kind of activity that they can demonstrate that they've excelled in, that they were high performers in. And really what that demonstrates is that this person is able to balance the stress, the workload, and the time management to deal with those extracurricular activities along with getting straight A's. And in your case, it sounds like you don't have that. That's okay, because your other option is to create a sob story, if you will, a story that demonstrates the challenges that are unique to you. and also that really shows them how you've overcome adversity and how you've overcome all the barriers and challenges with the right mindset, mental stability, stress management, and time management to make it all happen. At the same time, you want to provide value. You want to make it worth the college's time to have you as their student, and you really have to sell them on that. Which brings me to my other point. What is super important for you right now, I think, is to go find someone who is a great storyteller, who is a great writer, has written other stories or books, has been published, who is super passionate about that stuff, and who can teach you how to write well, how to tell a story. I think this is absolutely key, and this is really where that advantage comes in. Because if you can't tell your story, if you can't put it on paper, it doesn't matter what you've lived. The person reading it won't get that message, won't feel those emotions that you felt, to tell your story and for the other person to live it. And I think that's really where you can differentiate yourself. Even though you might not have an amazing story or amazing sport that you can brag about, you can tell it in a way that just really separates you and immerses that reader into your life. And I think that is absolutely key for you. At the same time, it's also going to help propel you to the next level, and then that's your opportunity to demonstrate value to the college, to tell them this is why they need to have you as their student. My advice to you with regards to the scholarship piece: hire someone that can help you tell your story, that can write your story, and at the same time, learn how to speak about it, because you're going to get in that interview stage. You want to be able to talk about it. You want to learn how to present yourself and how to present that story very, very well, very smoothly. But don't forget the bigger picture. The advice that I really want you to remember is that you do not have to go to Ivy League college XYZ. You don't want to stress about tuition, you don't want to stress about money, and there are more affordable means, and I strongly recommend that you open your mind to them. It doesn't matter what school you go to, it's more about all the gifts that God gave you and what you're going to do with that in order to execute so that you become the successful person that you are. Capiche? So that's it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Please hit that like button if you really liked it. Please hit that subscribe button. And if you have a question for me that you want me to answer in a future video, go to my website, 101mentoring.com. There you'll also find all my other products and services. Please check that out if you want to schedule a one-on-one mentoring session with me or an email response to you immediately. You can find all the tools and services that I offer on my website. Guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.